I'm Mike.
And I'm Adam.
And this is Stuff and Waffle. Two friends talking about stuff, and often as not, waffling with frequent reference to Bond cars.
Right, this week's episode was going to commence with a rant. However, there have been events today that I need to comment on. I don't know if you'll care, but you might be interested.
I'll do my best.
Yeah. So today there were... Well, no, let's start with yesterday. Yesterday evening, the internet went crazy because Sebastian Vettel joined Instagram.
Okay.
And he famously is not interested in social media.
Can't blame him.
No, yeah, I can get fully on board with that. He's not.
Yes.
He's not massively private. I remember an interview with him that Martin Brundle did back a few years ago, and he's just said, I don't see the point. So I don't need to share every single aspect of my life. You don't want to see what I've had for dinner. No one cares.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So, however, he joined last night, and everyone went, woohoo, there he is, because he's very liked. He's incredibly popular for various reasons.
Mm-hmm.
However, today he used it to announce his retirement, which
very good.
Yeah. So, and I feel that should be marked because I thought, well, it's hardly a shock. However, it's the reaction to it, I think, that's worth knowing, because people have reacted really well. I was surprised that I don't know, yeah. You'd almost say upset, because he will be sad to see him go, because he's not a prick.
That's unusual.
No, he's quite the gentleman. He does a lot for just a sort of raising awareness. There are some places that Formula One goes where it really shouldn't. Countries that have some human rights issues.
Yeah.
Some laws against gay relationships or against trans issues and things like that. You go, you know what? And every time he goes there, he'll do something to piss off the locals. He'll wear a shirt that's just blatantly against their rules and go, well, got him, what are you going to do?
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? He's got a position of power there.
He does, and he is always raising awareness and always doing his bit. And the thing, like, I remember at Silverstone, where it's bloody embarrassing, actually. There he is, Sunday evening after the race, helping the people at the track clear up after the lazy little shits who won't put their stuff in the bin.
Wow. Fair play.
Yeah, it's just... Yeah, it's the Formula One circus will be worse off for his presence not being in it.
You got to respect that. Yeah, you got to respect that. Oh, fair enough.
And he's all up in the climate change stuff. He's very interested in the sort of electric movement as well. He's very forward thinking.
Oh yeah, very good. Well, he's still quite young, isn't he? He's
far from over the hill. But he put out quite a big statement, and it's basically just going, well, I've achieved. I'm going to do something different now. He's got wife, he's got kids. He's just going to go and do it.
Made a bit of money, and he's off. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you think he's probably all right. I mean, 4-time world champion. He's going to be all right.
He'll be all right on that.
Yeah.
I think they do quite well.
Yeah. So I think he's fine on that front. But it's. I felt the need to mark it because I was more taken back than I thought I would be.
No, that's fair enough. I mean, I remember when he first appeared.
Bloody youth, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Well, he was, certainly, compared to who else was around at that time.
That's it. He rocked up in the BMW Sauber at the time, then joined Toro Rosso, which were sort of near the back team, then won for them in Monza in 2008. Which was ridiculous. So, all right, it was a wet race, but you still got to be in it to win it, to coin a cheesy phrase.
Yeah.
That was it. Then he was straight into Red Bull the next year. That was his sort of sort of learning year where you get a few wins under the belt, and then 2010 to 13, that was back-to-back championships all done.
Yeah. He's done all right.
He's done all right, and no, I mean he's a ruthless racer. I mean, they all are, but away from all of that, you go, well, that's racing, that's Formula One. That doesn't matter. It's the stuff outside of that matters, which he's got nailed.
Sounds like it. Yeah, good chap.
Yes, indeed, and I wish him well. And from his
See
statement,
where he pops up next.
Yeah, I mean, part of me would love him to crop up in another racing series somewhere, but you have that feeling from what he said. I just think he's going to go. He's not going to go and be a recluse or anything. I just think he's just going to go and enjoy family life.
Well, nothing wrong with that.
Not at all. No. But yeah, it's it's a shame we won't see him every other weekend on the telly doing his thing, because he is. Not only is he a good chap, he's funny as well. Big Monty Python fan. There you go.
Okay.
So, there you go. That makes him all right in our book.
Certainly does. Yes, he's an all right sort of chap. Well, maybe we'll see him in, if he's into the whole electric car renewable thing, perhaps he'll do some EV racing. There's a few series getting off the ground now.
I would not be shocked if he rocked up there. I'd be surprised actually at the minute if he was racing, but if he was there as a sort of ambassador or something like that, I could see him doing that.
Yeah, there's some sort of involvement, even if he's not behind the wheel. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, so
yeah. Watch that space then. Really,
that's it. Yes, another era of his life is about to begin. So yes, it'd be interesting. But yes, I know that's not normally your sort of thing. We don't normally do the motorsport, but he's definitely worth a mention.
No, you make some good points there. Yeah.
Yes. So there we go. So I will now follow up with the rant.
Okay.
So I thought, no, we'll get the praise out of the way first. Right.
Bit out of the way. Something's made you angry.
Yeah. And this is not car related. This is just an ongoing battle.
Okay.
Right. As you know, but listeners won't, but I'll clarify. During lockdown, we built basically a sort of glorified summer house thing at the end of our garden.
You did.
To basically just be an office, because we were stuck at home and we've continued to work at home.
I think, to be fair, glorified summer house scarcely does it justice. It's quite substantial.
Yeah, all right. It's chunky. It's good. It's just a job. It does exactly what it needs to.
Mm-hmm.
But when we finished it and we're using it, we quickly realised that, right, okay, if there's a delivery or a postman or whatever, it's not as easy to deal with. So
it's not visible from the front of your property, is it?
No. So we bought a smart doorbell.
Okay, yeah.
Absolutely fine. Got no issue with the doorbell. Opened it, connected it, worked ever since.
Easy peasy. Yep.
Do have an issue with is 75% of the people who decide to visit our front door to deliver a parcel, post something that doesn't fit through the letterbox, knock on the door. Today was a tipping point for me.
But doesn't it notify you anyway, just that there's somebody there?
It does. However, the sensitivity can be triggered by many things. So we put up a little sticker saying, please ring the doorbell. But no one does it. And then today I was like, right, okay. I'd opened the door to the postman and said, look, I am sick of it. Look, I said, stop knocking on the door. I cannot hear it. Press the doorbell. And
that is weird that people wouldn't do that.
And I just said, just press the doorbell. And I said, I have had this battle with the normal guy, and I'm telling you now, please press the doorbell. And he looked at me and went, I did press it. I went, well, I got the phone out and went, it doesn't say it. Press it now, please. and he pressed it, and oh look, the phone lights up. Went, oh dear. And he said, and I don't know what you're on about me about your normal guy. I am your normal guy. I said, I have never seen you before in my life.
Oh dear, that all went a bit wrong then.
Yeah, so he got the brunt of it, and I don't know. We're going to have to come back to this, see if he learns, because they just don't do it. You go, well,
you've made another lasting impression there, I see.
Yeah, so I am just so bored of it.
It's funny you should mention weird things at the door this morning. Our doorbell rang this morning. It's not a fancy pants one. It's just an ordinary doorbell, a bing bong.
Mm-hmm.
And it went down, nobody there. But we noticed a letter on the or an envelope with handwritten address on it on the mat. So picked it up, handwritten letter from Jehovah's Witness. They've started writing letters and running away. They won't talk. They won't talk to us anymore.
Do you think is that specifically you or everyone?
Know. I don't know. Dawn has had, little moments with them.
She's had an interface, has she?
She made one of them cry. So I don't know whether it's just us or whether this is a COVID thing or whether they're doing it with everybody. I don't know. But we had a doorbell and a letter. Would you like to talk about our Lord Jesus?
I'm assuming you've
not
written a letter in reply to that. Well, actually, you might have. It just might not have been a glowing reply.
No, it wasn't very long.
No. Simple, no. I'd imagine.
That's a short phrase. Yes.
Yeah. While we're on topic of this stupid doorbell thing, or people coming to your door. Years back when I was working in town, I used to cycle to work. Ballsy, I know.
Yeah, you wouldn't do that anymore.
No, I would not. And I just cycled home from work, and it was summer. I was hot, bothered, sweating, tip-top mood.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Yeah, and I rolled down the driveway and sort of abandoned the bike out the front of the garage, and just caught my breath for 2 seconds. And I saw this bloke with a clipboard walking down the driveway.
Oh.
And it was just default action, really. I just couldn't help myself. I looked up and, pardon the phrase, but it's in context. Just looked and went, just fuck off. What? Fuck off.
He didn't even get close.
No, didn't. He started to open his mouth, but I shut him down.
Well, he was carrying a clipboard. It wasn't going to be anything good.
No, so I came indoors still panting away, and Kate's like, who was that bloke with the clipboard? I don't know. So, what didn't he say? I went, no, I told him, fuck off.
Genius.
Yeah, she's like, oh, good, right, okay, then let's hope that wasn't anything important. And
yes.
So there's been no ramification since.
He's never reappeared. No, I would guess not. We had another one this morning as well.
Oh, go on then.
He knocked on the door. He didn't ring the bell. So, he had to wait a bit till we realised there was someone standing there. Now, we'd not had this for a long time. A long time. Double glazing.
What is this? The 80s?
We should clarify. This is a new build house.
It's nothing but double glazing and UPVC doors.
Well, quite. If you have eyes and look at this property, you will notice. It has plastic windows.
What did he want to set? Some additional ones?
I'm not sure. Are you? You're probably not in the market for double glazing, are you? No.
I didn't realise that was a thing still.
I didn't. I was staggered. I didn't know they were still doing it door to door like that.
No, that's interesting.
That's ballsy on a new estate.
That really is. That's
That's like selling. It was the old Bill Bailey line. He said he used to be a salesman. He used to be a door salesman, door to door. Bing bong, do you want to buy a door? Oh, you've already got one, haven't you?
Yeah, that's it. It's a bit akin to the trying to sell ice to the Eskimos.
Well, exactly.
What is the point in that?
It was very strange.
That is very odd. I tell you what, it reminds me of. Like I said to you, is it the 80s?
Yes.
A good TV show with excellent cars about double glazing salesmen in the 80s is White Gold.
Oh, I think you've mentioned that.
Yeah. So yeah, some really good car placement in that. Proper film.
I think you've mentioned that.
Yeah. I mean, it is funny. I mean, it's beyond rude. Considering it, I believe it was broadcast on BBC. It is C-bombs left, right, and centre.
Well, they occasionally did that, though, didn't they? It wasn't on BBC, I don't think. But do you remember Blot on the Landscape?
That's a blast from the past, isn't it?
Yeah, that was 80s. That was George Cole, David Suchet, and loads of other faces you would recognise. Simon Cadell.
Oh, okay.
And that was extremely rude. And that used to go out, on prime time.
It's
very occasionally you'd get something like that.
Well, I suppose they let it through in context. Maybe that's the theory behind it.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah. Well, we'll let them have that
stuff. Yes.
Can I touch on a little topic that we had a little while back? It was shortly after my birthday and too much spending on Lego.
Oh, that does happen.
That does happen. And there were some rumours of Speed Champions kits.
Oh, yeah.
That's been confirmed. So we're recording now towards the end of July. So the 1st of August, the Aston Martin DB5 Speed Champion will be available.
Ooh.
Comes with a little minifigure, Mr. Bond.
Oh, very good. We need to know about these things.
Yes. So I think, like we said before, for the sake of the cash that they cost, probably should pop one on the shelf.
Probably should add that to the Weird and Wonderful collection. Yes.
Yes, the DB5 in many forms that you've got in your house. So
let's have a look here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. 5, 6 different versions of the DB5 in the collection currently.
Shortly to be 7 then.
Could be.
Well, that one's all right because it doesn't take up so much space, so you're fine.
No, it's only a tiddler, that one.
That is. On the same day, for other film buffs who like cars, Dominic Toretto's Dodge Charger will be out on the 1st of August as well.
Ah, very good.
Of Fast and Furious fame.
I believe they're also doing a Camaro.
They are. That's a proper big size one, though. That one.
That's one of the big ones. Yes, that's going to be a break the bank one. I'm afraid. That's not going to happen anytime soon.
That's a 3-figure jobby. I saw that one, and the way they're doing it is you can choose whether it's a coupe or cabriolet, and you can also choose the color of the stripes as well, I believe.
Oh, nice. Okay, yes, you could be right. Yes.
And the photo they've used on the back of the box is of a color combination that you can't actually make with the Lego pieces.
Well, not without buying more, anyway.
No, so that's...
Oh, there we go again. Yes.
Oh, he's back.
He is. He obviously goes up every time this week. Yeah,
he knows we're recording. You've put the red light on, haven't you? Oh, not like that.
No, I admit to nothing and never will.
God.
What goes on while I'm up here in my little room talking to you, I can't say.
No, that's it. No debauchery. It's fine.
Yes.
So yes, I foresee some Lego Speed Champions on both of our horizons.
Yeah, I think that might have to be a thing. Yes. It's just so good, isn't it? You just,
It is. No, we can't go wrong, and yeah, a bit of Bond Lego because we both got the big DB5, so
We've
might as
both
well.
got the big DB5. I think that's the only Bond Lego I've got. Well, that probably is the only Bond Lego, actually, isn't it?
I believe so. I don't think they did anything
because they
else.
only recently got the license to do it, didn't they? After all these years.
Yeah. So I tell you what would be nice is if I can't think of a scene offhand, but like with that Jurassic Park one that I've got, where it's kind of a scene from the film. If they could do something like that, sort of a similar scale with something from Bond.
Now that's the. Well, you've done a thing there, haven't you?
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
Oh, that would be nice. Yes.
Yeah, maybe you could go Goldfinger, something with the DB5 and the Mustang.
Oh, yes, possibly.
Or the rolls, maybe.
Or the rolls, yeah, absolutely. Because he's tailing the rolls through Switzerland, isn't he?
He is. I suppose it comes down to licensing there, though. As they've already done it, I think they've already got a deal with Ford anyway, Lego. So that would almost be all right.
Probably be the Mustang then. Yes. With the ability to shred its tyres. Yes.
Yes, that's it. Or
defect of some kind, most probably. Yes.
yes, very good. Yeah, because you could do all sorts, couldn't they? I mean, if they wanted to be overly graphic, you could have the old laser beam up the Jaffas as Partridge.
Well, you could.
It was the builder, wasn't it? It's the one with the laser beam gone up his Jaffas.
It was.
Yeah, that one.
It was that one.
Yeah.
Yes. Stop getting Bond wrong.
It's a good one.
It never gets old.
It doesn't. I can watch that episode over and over and cry with laughter at the same bits over and over. It's
very clever. Yeah,
it is very clever. It's also in the first series where he was singing Goldfinger on the way to the petrol station.
When he's walking down the dual carriageway.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean that's forever ruined, that song.
Yes, it has, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Yes, it has, I'm afraid. There is a concert coming up, actually, hosted by Dame Shirley Bassey to celebrate the 60th anniversary that we're obviously enjoying this year. And she is doing a medley of Bond songs, presumably the 3 that she did, but maybe others as well. I don't know.
Yeah, well, been good on her. I'm surprised she can still bang out a note.
I think she's in fine fettle.
Yeah, well, good on. Yeah, fair play. Yeah,
Welsh, you see. They never stop singing.
No, that's it. You can hear them in the valleys.
There you go. It's lovely then. Look, you. Yes.
Oh dear.
Goodbye to our Welsh audience.
Yeah, that's that gone. We've offended them with one fell swoop. Oh dear. Here you go. You'll like this. We'll drag it back on course sharper, shall we?
I think we should after that. Yes.
Yeah. There's an old musician chum of mine. Finally got around to passing his driving test.
Oh, okay.
Not a car person in any way, shape, or form. Couldn't care less.
Yeah, that is a bit weird in itself, but we do come across them from time to time.
Yeah, I accept it. I'll tell you what I do accept, though. Because I said, right, well, I need a car. And bear in mind, I was not involved in this process in any way. This happened without me, and I got shown the end result. Obviously, he's got quite a bit of stuff to cart about, be it guitars, amps, etc.
They do take up a bit of room.
They do take up a bit of room. And through his own sort of research and deciding on vehicle, he bought himself an estate. Not an SUV, an estate.
Oh, he's done it right.
Yes, it.
Through no advice or prodding from you.
None at all. Absolutely none at all. I saw. He went, "Oh, look what I bought." I went, very good, nicely done.
You have done that correctly. What's he gone for then?
He got an Audi A4 estate.
That's a yeah.
Yeah. So what is it? It was late was it late 2000? Yeah, 2008 plate, I think it was, or
Okay.
9. Can't remember. One of those.
Yeah, that's a solid choice.
That's it. It's just that he was pleased that it had the room for stuff, and yeah, brilliant. Proof you do not need an SUV when you engage brain.
And they see, well, that's the thing, isn't it? That's interesting that somebody who is not interested in cars will come in with no preconceptions, no badge snobbery, no thoughts of what's cool or not. He's just gone, that will work. And that's it. That's it. That's all he's considered.
He could afford it with the money he had, and it accommodates all his things.
Perfect. There you are. You see, the estate car. It's what you need.
Yes, you don't need it. Because I would argue that if you bought the Q whatever equivalent of that in Audi terms, I don't think they would have made one actually back then in that particular era.
Not at that age, they wouldn't. No, you'd get one now.
But I still don't. I don't think you could fit the same amount of stuff in it.
No, because they're not as practical. This is the thing. People confuse bigger and higher up for more practical, but it usually isn't.
No, it really isn't, because you go with that. He could put stuff in. I mean, I've had in my Volvo, when carting stuff about, I've had a couple of amps, 3 guitars, pedal boards, and all the paraphernalia that goes with it to connect it all up and all that, without dropping the seats, without obscuring the view out of the back, so that other people could also pile in. That's the way to do it. You couldn't do that in an SUV.
No, you couldn't.
You couldn't. Certainly not of that size, anyway. Maybe if you went for something colossal in SUV terms, because they do like a Q7 in Audi.
The Q7 is absolutely massive. Yeah,
that might be a different kettle of fish, but
those are pretty big. Yes, but you're in a different league altogether. Then you're a different price point as well.
Just a bit, yeah. Christ. So yes, the cap was doffed to him, because that's
very good.
That's the way you do it.
Very good. And of course, he doesn't need any off-roading ability, which something like the Q7 you just mentioned would give you. That does have some genuine off-road ability.
Yes, but I mean, no one uses it.
Well, not many. Probably some do, but yes.
Who's off-roading in a Q7? Honestly,
I do know someone who does.
And you continue to associate with them, yes?
No, not. No, not really.
No,
not really.
No.
I know of them. Let's put it like that.
Okay, that's fine. But yes, there we go. There are still people out there buying estate cars, but
that's good news. And he's done that really well. I applaud that choice. That's really good.
Yep. He gets points for that. I told him he gets car points for that, and he just doesn't care.
But he's not interested in the slightest. No,
he's absolutely not. But I was so pleased. He said, "Why are you so excited?
Why are you so happy with this?" Yes.
This is literally just a tool. Like, I don't care. You've picked the correct tool. That's
the thing, isn't it? That's all he's looked at. That was it. Will this do the job? And yes, it will. So that's what I'll have. Yes. Doesn't care about the badge. He doesn't care about anything else. It's, will it work?
That's it.
Well, yes, that probably will.
Yep. So far, so good. He's had it a few weeks now, so
you'll be all right with that.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
It will.
Right. We had all the hot weather. We then.
Yes, I do know that. Yes.
Yeah, we remember that. But then it managed to chuck it down a little bit, didn't it? Just to give us a bit of a respite from
for about 20 minutes, but yeah.
Yeah, but from the sweaty Betty moment, it calmed it down for us, which was
nice. A little bit. Yeah, it was getting out of hand.
It was. Yeah, we're not built for it. Can't do it.
No. Our skin falls off.
It does. And society stops working.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I can't do it. However, when it did rain, it was as you'd expect, it'd be on a school run, because I'm walking and I need to get soaked.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Someone on the school run has one of the I don't know what number it is. One of the MG SUV EVs. That was a lot of letters and numbers.
That was it was, wasn't it? Yes,
Yeah,
indeed. The Z. Is it a ZE?
Yeah, if you like. That's not the most important bit. The only the bit
ZS.
ZS.
Yes, ZS EV. Yes,
that
it is also available with a dirty piston engine. Yes.
Oh, is it? Oh, right.
It is. You can have it in. Yeah, you can have it in 2 flavors. Yeah.
Okay. No, well, this flavor was EV, and it's nothing to do with the car. I mean, yeah, it was street furniture, and I couldn't care less, really. What I did notice was when you don't have an engine noise, all you've got is tyre noise.
Mm-hmm.
And an electric vehicle tyre noise on a wet road.
Yeah.
It caught me unawares, and I was like, "Ooh, that's a bit ripe." It sounded like the longest wet fart known to man.
Oh dear.
And I can foresee that being an issue.
This is not a phenomenon I've come across. Well, a lot of EVs now make a humming noise if they're going over 12 miles an hour.
I mean, it was making a daft humming noise, but the tyre noise that sounded like some dodgy flatulence was louder, and
only you would think that.
Well, it just instinctively going.
I never come across that in my 4 years of driving an EV. I never came across that phenomenon.
Yeah, but you were in the car.
Yeah, true. I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, you think an EV on a wet road with only tyre noise? That's it. Did half resemble that as a noise.
Yeah, you still heard a noise though.
I did. I didn't cross the road in front of it, and it didn't plough me down. So it made it safe, but it also made it quite amusing.
Yeah, only you would think of that.
Yeah, but I tell
However,
you what,
I will keep an ear out for that this winter.
Yes, please do. Please keep an ear out for the EV tyre noise fart.
Okay.
But specifically on wet roads, it doesn't seem to happen on dry roads.
No, well, it wouldn't, would it?
No,
really, I suppose. No.
Not really. Yeah, so I'll tell you what, though, it's also part of raising awareness, because if I save a few lives because people are laughing at fart noises rather than walking out in front of EVs, then there's public
people
services.
Walk out in front of petrol cars as well. In my
they do.
experience, it's got nothing to do. People blame EVs for being because they don't make any noise, they're dangerous. People walk along in the middle of the road with headphones on. They're not listening. They're crossing in front of cars. It is not just EVs. It's pedestrians that are the problem.
Yes, this is true. And Apple have done nothing to aid this process.
No, they bloody haven't. No, they haven't.
No, that's it, because everyone's walking along with the banging tunes. And
cracking. Yeah.
No,
I've had it down because for those that don't know, they live at the end of quite a narrow lane, and people walk up and down that all the time wearing headphones because I don't think they realise it's a road. No, and
the times that I've driven up to your place, you drive right behind them. I mean, you could almost nudge them along, and they're oblivious. Absolutely oblivious.
That problem is no better driving a piston car than it was driving the Tesla. They are as oblivious to a clattery piston car as they were to the silent EV. So it's not the car, it's the people.
What do you actually? I think maybe if it's a big old V8, that might make them shift.
That might do, because that's got some vibration to it.
I speak from experience. Actually,
I haven't tried that yet.
Back when Ben still had his Mustang.
That'll do it, but that's exceptionally loud.
It's very loud. So what?
Yes.
He lives in Essex, and it was shortly after he got it, because he told me he got it, and I went, I must come and visit you immediately. So I did. It's standard response when someone does something tremendous like that.
Well, that's big news.
Yeah, that's so off I went, and he said, we'll go out for a drive, we'll take it for a spin, and we went.
Yes, we will.
It wasn't Clacton. What's the other one down there? Frinton on Sea, something like that.
I have no idea.
One of the other seaside towns down
somewhere
in
tedious. Yes.
I mean, but it was a perfectly lovely day. Nice and sun was out. Excellent day to take the Mustang out. So off we go. We parked up, went and had a little wander, came back, got in the car, and there were a couple of no, I don't know. It's very difficult to pinpoint the age. I would probably say a couple of ladies in their 60s.
Okay.
Parked in front. It was all street parking, so parallel parked, and they were in front of our car, getting something out of the boot. And Ben started it. It's quite an event.
Yes.
And you could see this overacting of her making, "Oh my God, I'm shocked at the noise." It was pathetic. It really was. It's like, well, what do you want him to do? Turn it down?
Yes, it is what it is.
Yeah. So she did all of her amateur dramatics about it being a noisy vehicle. And where we were parked, we pulled out and drove past them and had no option but to turn around at the end of the road. It was a dead end.
Okay.
So we turned round and set off again, and quite a narrow street. And she'd come round to the side of the car to get something out of the side door. Plenty of room. She had the door open. We could drive past, more than enough room. So Ben was mildly childish.
Of course.
And he put his foot to the floor to make the noise come out as we drove past. And I kid you not, she leapt on the bonnet of her car.
Oh, fantastic.
I was like, what a ridiculous state of affairs. So yeah, we've
taken her role to extremes there.
Oh, yeah.
That's method acting.
That really was. So yes, I couldn't help but burst out laughing at that.
Oh, fantastic.
So yeah, there we go. We've asked a question and answered it in one go there. That's how you make yourself heard.
That will certainly do it. Yes.
You just need a 60s American V8.
Yeah, that'll do it every time, won't it?
Yeah, and that is brilliant consumer advice with petrol prices the way they are.
Oh, I think that's fine. I think I don't see any problems with that at all.
No, not at all. I bet he's glad he's not filling out up at the minute, Mike.
I should imagine, yeah, I would think. Mind you, he's probably going to have to drive in, isn't he? Because with all the train strikes at the moment.
No, because he flogged it. So.
Yeah, that's true. He did, didn't he?
Yeah. No, he's yes, he has actually with the train strikes. He actually had to drive into London a couple of days.
Yeah,
which I mean, it's really nice. Just checking the phone and having a look at the WhatsApp. And going, oh, that's just a stream of obscenities. You must have driven today.
I imagine it's not the most relaxing motoring experience you could be having.
Certainly not. No, there's just you look at the phone and go, "Oh, that's venomous, that isn't it?
That's naughty.
That's certainly something." So yeah, he's loving inner city London motoring.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yes, not so good. Do you remember we did the episode where we had to pick 4 cars for one another, and you could only pick one? Because I gave you DB7.
Oh yes.
Series 3XJ, Model S, and Taycan.
Oh yeah, and I had to choose at the end, didn't I?
You did.
Yes.
You gave me the Skyline.
That's right.
RX7.
I've forgotten what I chose you now.
It's me. Skyline RX7. Oh, Impreza.
Yeah.
NSX.
I know it was all Japanese. Yes,
Yeah.
Original NSX. Yes,
that was it. And I settled on Skyline. But when we were, I was sort of whittling it down and going, right, if I had to pick, it would be. I was honing it down to very specific models. Because obviously those Japanese variants, there's plentiful.
Yes. All sorts going on. Yes.
Yes. However, I think when it came to the RX-7, I pinned it down and said I want a Spirit R Type A. I'm sure that's what I settled on.
I can't remember.
Because my reasoning behind it was it had the most power, the most torque, manual, lightest, 2 seats only, best brakes and wheels.
Okay.
The only drawback was it was this facelift, so the front of it wasn't quite as appealing as the early ones, but I would live with that. However,
Yes.
I digress into perviness. One came up for sale of that exact spec.
Oh, no.
£105,000.
Truth. Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's just insane.
I just cannot believe it.
I mean, we knew used prices were going weird, but that's... Oh, well, that's gone, isn't it?
I mean, that's insane, isn't it?
Did it sell for that?
Yeah, I think it's gone. It's all done.
Oh, blimey.
I know an RX-7 in good condition with a desirable spec is going to command a decent price, but 6 figures.
Yeah, it's not. No. That doesn't make sense.
The thing is, I mean, we're noticing that at the lower end of the market, things may actually be calming down, but the higher end, that seems to not be a thing.
I think it's gone the other way, hasn't it? Yeah.
That's what on earth is happening?
Nothing left in the middle in a minute.
No, and you think at one point we could look back maybe 10 years ago and go, cool, an RX-7 might be an attainable vehicle.
Yeah.
No.
Gone.
So if you've already got one, you're onto a bloody winner here.
Yeah, you are. That's insane. I don't understand used prices anymore.
No, there's no logic. Quentin Wilson must be having a nightmare.
Yeah, well, he's not in the business anymore, is he? But he.
No, I suppose not. No, he's all EV and
he's all EV'd up now. Yeah.
Yeah, but can you imagine him trying to give advice now? I honestly don't know.
I have no idea.
That's it. Yeah, just buy a Dacia Sandero and fuck it. Yeah.
Yes.
No idea.
No, that's can't explain that. Can't explain that.
No. So I thought that was noteworthy because I looked at it and went, "God, that's it.
That's
exactly
the one. That's the one you chose." And no, party's over.
I mean, not that I was in the market, but it was nice to see that it was like that's for sale in the UK, and that's exactly what I would have if
if it was at a price that one day might be obtainable, you'd think, oh yeah, well I'm gonna keep an eye on those, but that's just gone, hasn't it? That's just not ever gonna happen.
No, that's no
not happening.
Just crying out loud.
However, on the subject of cars we rather like,
yes,
but we'll never be able to afford.
It's a long list.
It is. We should make mention of a car which is reappearing in the cinema this week.
Oh, go on then.
As you know, they've been reshowing all the Bond films one by one in the cinema, and irritatingly enough, none of them have been around here.
No, we're not in that part of civilization that
we're not. Otherwise, we would have probably would have selected a few and gone along. But this week is The Living Daylights, which of course features the V8 Vantage, and it's just glorious, isn't it?
It is, and that would be nice to go and see that in the cinema, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. I'd have enjoyed that one.
Yeah, because it would be and then you have to get the Partridge bit out of your head, don't you? And go, he didn't play it as a Welshman, Lynn.
Yes.
And yes, there's a photograph of the vehicle in question. Look at that.
I just furnished you with one there. Yeah,
there it is. Yep. Yep. It's a good one. It's a good film. It's a good car. It's all good.
It is just all good. It's one of my favourites. And back in the cinema this week, if anybody wishes to go and watch an Aston Martin.
Yeah, that's not for us, I'm afraid. It's hell of a jaunt to go and see one.
Well, this is the problem, isn't it? Because we talked about it when they first started to show them. We thought, it'd be lovely to, go and maybe not all of them, but be nice to go and pick a few, maybe go and see On Her Majesty's Secret Service. I'd quite like to see that at the cinema. And some of our other favourites. But no, it's a couple of hours for us, and it's on a weekday evening.
It's quite a commitment, and
it is quite a commitment.
Then we're going to have to save all our pennies to go. We're going to have to put some fuel in the tank for that, aren't we?
Oh dear, yeah. We're going to have to pick the most frugal car amongst our collection and try and even then.
Yeah, I mean the Volvo's pretty good.
£500, and we're going to be sat in the car for 4 hours.
That's it. Yeah. Although I mean that's no good. I don't actually have my Volvo at the moment.
Oh, do you not? Has it gone away?
No, that's it. Well, it has. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's gone away because James is using it to ferry himself around.
Oh, of course. Yes.
Yes, because he was meant to have the Mini, but the day he turned up to pick it up was the day that the battery went flat because no one had used it.
Oh no! Okay,
so you better have the Volvo instead.
Take that one instead. Well, that's probably easier for family travelling anyway.
Yes. Now there's a small person. There's a lot of stuff that comes with that because it's in the properly small phase. So that's a lot of paraphernalia.
Oh, that's a lot of gubbins you got to haul around. Yeah, so he's probably better off with the Volvo anyway.
It would fit in the Mini. It's not an issue, and that was the big plan. But yeah, it's typical, isn't it? The second. I mean, and I've since charged it, and I've been using it now, and it's fine. It's just
fair enough. I mean, it's probably fine.
It's purely lack of use. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just poor thing. Just like I said, I'm not going anywhere. Kayla's got a van now, so she's using that constantly. And when I go out, I'm trying to every time alternate which vehicle I take so that it's actually got some battery left in.
At least some of them are moving occasionally. Yes,
but yes,
it's
not
a
enough
weird lifestyle at the moment.
It is, but I'm loath to get rid of either. So,
well, it's like you say, you don't know what to do for best, really, do you? So
I don't. So, and they're after the Mini's had its work done, it's just a case of none of it's really costing as much, so they may as well just sit there.
Yeah, see what happens.
That's it. So yeah, all is well. Should we have a brief touch on it? We've mentioned RX-7s and Japanese stuff. I suppose it's worth mentioning the new Civic Type R was unveiled.
Oh, I saw that. Yes.
Which actually, for the pervs among us, it's the FL5. Because Peter, you got to love a code number with your Civic.
Oh, so it's Japanese. They all have code numbers.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, the FL5 replacing the outgoing FK8. There you go. That's
got all the numbers done. Yep.
And I have to say they've restrained the styling a bit this time, and nailed it.
Yes.
Because the outgoing one bit fussy.
Yeah.
But don't you think? I mean, they add all the lines and the angles and the sticky out bits. And
yeah, but it's Japanese, isn't it? And that's how they do it.
You can forgive it. I don't particularly have an issue with it, but this one is a bit more restrained with the style, and I love it. Love the look of it. Really nice.
Yes, I'm looking at a picture of it now. It actually is quite smart, isn't it?
Yeah, and from what I've seen on social media, obviously this it was actually unveiled in America. I think this as part of got a feeling it was part of an IndyCar tie-in because Honda are big over there for engine supplies and all that sort of stuff.
Yes.
However, the people that I mentioned quite a bit down in Newton Abbot, the Japanese specialist Talk GT.
Yes, you've mentioned them before. Yeah,
I believe they've got the first one in the UK.
That would make sense. Yeah, because we've already established that they're gits.
Yeah, they are. Well, tremendous gits. We're not being horrible, but yeah. And at the moment, I'm going to do a little plug for them as well. They've got their own YouTube channel, and they are doing. They've got their own project car are doing a complete rebuild of a Subaru Impreza P1. Oh my goodness me! It's good stuff, that is.
You're going to be all over that, aren't you?
And the pornography in the background. Oh my goodness!
Yes, so absolutely, yeah.
And I still think, I'm sure in their collection, I'm sure I've seen that they've got one of those Skyline R33 Nismo 400s.
Oh, that rings a bell. Yeah.
They've got a white one, I'm sure they have. And the keen listener will remember, because we discussed one coming up for sale.
We did, and the price was a telephone number.
Yes, £1.6 million.
£1 million, yes.
And that wasn't delivery miles by any stretch.
No, it wasn't. That was not. Yeah, that was quite. I
don't know if that's sold. I've not looked it up since, because that was a classified ad.
We were going to try and research that, weren't we, and see if it actually did sell for that number. But
this is true. But I'm really, really pleasantly surprised with that new Type R.
Not sure about the exhausts.
Or the triple.
The triple trumpets at the back in the centre.
It's kind of become a thing now, though, that, isn't it?
Yeah, as a bit, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know about that, but certainly, generally, I think that's a very smart-looking thing. Yeah.
I completely agree, and I think that will. I mean, they all sell like hotcakes, but that will. I think they got the styling bang on with that. And here we go. Just for rounding off nicely, I just looked up that Nismo 400R. It is still for sale, funnily enough.
So okay, same price?
Same price, no reduction in price. And like we were saying,
they're not going to come across somebody who can buy that every week, are they?
They're not. No, this is true. But
they've got to wait for that buyer.
It's still. I mean, looking at it now, it's still gorgeous, but it's still insane.
It's still a bonkers price, yeah.
But I did that. I looked on here and just went, I'll quickly filter it. I'll go R33's price high to low, and just go, oh my goodness me! There's a GTR LM, 160 grand. A Bogo R33 GTR, 100 grand.
It's a bit pricey, isn't it?
And even high mileage ones are 50, 60 grand.
Yeah.
And there's someone that annoys the piss out of me, because Piston Edge is quite organised and you can group cars into sections. In Skyline section, they've got it R32, 33, 34. Someone's
it's very well organised. Yeah.
Someone's put a 32 in the 33 section. That's annoying the piss out of me. That is.
It must not be tolerated.
You clearly know what vehicle you've got. This is not a run-of-the-mill vehicle. You can classify it better on an ad, surely. Come on.
Yeah, that's a bit crap, isn't it?
Naughty.
Naughty.
Not in a good way.
No, they shouldn't be allowed. It should be confiscated.
That's it, yeah. I should take custody of it to teach them a lesson. There we go.
Yes, there you go.
We'll do that. Yes, well, there we go. I've rattled through my car news for this week.
You have, haven't you?
I've ploughed through that, and I think that's about us, isn't it?
I think you've covered that well.
Yeah, we've covered important things. We've covered rants, bit of Lego, bit of farts, all done.
Touch of Bond.
Japanese cars. Mustn't forget that. Yeah, let's not end it on a fart reference.
No, we shouldn't do that, although it wouldn't be the first time.
Well, I think that's probably enough of that for this week. Check us out on all the various social medias and things. Thank you very much for listening.